Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's SEO Q&A session with me and Mr. Chris Palmer SEO. Check out ODYS. There's 48 hours left for you to take advantage of their 50% cashback offer. So if you buy a domain for $2,000, you will get $1,000 as credit into your account, which you can use against another domain name. So 48 hours left for ODYS. So if you are looking, grab it while you can. And also, do give us a like. I hit the 80,000 mark, Chris. Eventually, it has literally taken me 6 months to get from 70 to 80,000. It's been a fucking slog. But guys, please do like and subscribe if you're watching. Because I'll tell you what, fuck me. If I look at Social Blade was saying buy now. Earlier on in the year, when I looked at it, it said I should have had my 100,000. So I'm looking for that plaque, and
that'll be cool, man.
Yeah,
I want to see
it. I'm a long way away. So, guys, help me out. Share it around. Make sure you do ask questions. We do have Fred here. Howdy, Campbell. We had an Indian dude who called me Campbell yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I actually quite liked it. So, yeah. Adam, you're going to have to get up early in the morning. No one beats Fred, ever. Fred is the number one first guy to every live thing in this channel. And who the hell is... Oh, Gentleman and Adam. Right. So what are you calling Adam? Out of curiosity. Randy Rodé, happy December. And nice haircut, Chris.
Thanks.
You've joined the Randy Rodé Club of Haircuts.
Yeah. It's already starting, so I figure I might as well just jumpstart.
Happy Thanksgiving from ZD Electrical.
Thank you.
John Simpson, hello. Dre, what's up? And good morning from Oakland. Dre, SEO video show. Check out this guy as well. He's got some awesome content, awesome guests on there, including my good self. And you've been on as well, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What a production, though, eh?
A big production, yeah. I like the beginning, too. Makes you feel like I'm amped up. I was, like, ready to go.
It gets you going.
Yeah, but, man, I like it.
If you've not seen the SEO video show, guys, do check out Dre. Dre is a top lad and amazing production value. Andy Drinkwater, hello. Shag Nasty. I'm not sure why you're calling me that, but hey, I'll take it. Marco, how are you, mate? Maeve, hey. That picture could be doing me the same haircut as Chris, but hey. And Insight Before Action, that long time no see. Where have you been hiding? But guys, do ask questions. We need content to provide you with. So any questions you've got, ask away. No matter how stupid you may think that question is, we are here to answer whatever. This is your opportunity. Stephen Buchanan, I think Chris should get a beanie with SEO on it. You know what a beanie is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like a knit hat.
Yeah. I didn't know if you Americans called it some other fucking thing. Like
yeah.
You called pants and shit like that. So
what do you call pants?
Trousers.
Oh, trousers, yeah. Well, trousers to me are the fancier pants. Like when you're buying like a button down, you buy a pair of trousers and a button down. Pants are like jeans or, like I got, these are pants,
But do you know what we call pants?
What's that?
Like pants that you wear, like boxer shorts or pants.
Oh, really? So the boxers are pants. Trousers are pants.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm looking at these. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
Nah. That's an American thing.
What's your variation of that?
Christmas.
So just straight to Christmas.
Yeah, we have nothing in between. Like, I don't even know what Thanksgiving is properly, but what the fuck is it?
Well, for me, what is it?
Yeah.
Or like to me, it's just a good time to get together with family and have a meal and give thanks for the overall blessings of the year.
See, we do that. That's a Christmas thing for us. Like,
yeah. Well, we get a double whammy. You know, we can do it there and then we do it over here.
it's like the Pakistani guys. They have like Eid several times a year, and then probably enjoy a Christmas as well. So I think people in the UK are the only guys that only have one Christmas, which sucks ass. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, Insight Before Action has the first question of today. He wants to know how to verify multiple GMBs for a lead gen website without being in those locations, Chris. So he wants to know how to. I'm not sure you're going to tell people how to do it.
I'm about to tell people.
Actually. Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to give it all away for free. Yeah. I'm fired up today.
Pretty
fired up, actually. Yeah, I'm about to give it away all for free. Yeah.
Right now?
No. On my channel. I might as well get $10 for it on YouTube.
Come on, man. Come on. But
well, all right, I'll give it away.
People,
sure.
So can you give us an idea of when you're going to give it away so that we can tell people to watch?
Well, today's video, I'm gonna upload one. I'll walk through it again. I'll do it all again.
The full method.
The full baby, right from beginning till end.
So that's going to be uploaded like today. US time. So within the next 12 hours, someone can expect to see the full fucking method on your channel.
Maybe 2 videos back to back. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Insight Before Action. He will show you the method. What do you call it? Pin drop? What are you calling that?
I just call it instant verification.
Yeah.
Adam says no.
Adam, no. Yeah. He's got a new method now, so he doesn't care if this one gets fucked up. So
well, yeah.
He's just basically saying fuck you to Adam Poland.
No.
And
I don't know.
Insight Before Action says you're a legend. Been applying your GMB work so far. So take it that extra step, Insight Before Action, while it still works, because who knows? The only thing I would critique here is when Chris shares it and everyone dives in, it probably will get patched fairly quickly. So anyone watching it wants to know what that method is, go and fucking do it ASAP and hope that a few of them stick. So because it will probably be weeks rather than months that will continue to work for. Because I know as soon as Chris mentions it, it will be flung around the internet like no one's business. So check it out later today.
Later.
So Marco, how much time are you spending on Lighthouse page speed scores? Is it worth getting it over 80% or pushing to get it over 90? Does it have much impact? So I'll let you answer it first, Chris, then I'll give you my take on it.
I think at a certain point, you're just at a diminishing return. What I generally do is look at the top competitor. You know, as long as I'm in that range, and what you'll see a lot of times is your top guys probably aren't scoring that high. I mean, they're probably in the 70 or 80 range. Maybe even they're green, you know, if we're looking at Lighthouse. So I think that that's the achievable. The achieve is look at the top competitor. Am I equal or slightly better? That's as far as I'll go. I'm not going to spend money or time or resource on getting it to 100 if I don't have to. So that's my goal.
I was going to say, I would just reiterate that. I think, you know, I get that speed is important, but you know, if you've got it loading in under say 2 seconds, is there a difference in getting it, you know, from 1.7 seconds to 1.5 or 1.4? I don't think so. I think, you know, as Chris says, it's diminishing returns. You know, it's an ego thing, really. If you want to get to 100%, and you can strive. I know guys. I was at London a few weeks ago, and there was a couple of people talking about site speeds that were presenting, and yeah, there was guys there that had 100% scores, but the websites were massively compromised in terms of look and feel and usability and all that kind of stuff. So it can be done, but it's what you're taking away from the websites to get to that speed, I think, is where there has to be a balance. So I think if you're pushing 80, you're probably doing all right. Do you want to just fire out a straight HTML website with no pictures, no nothing to get to your 100% or whatever? I just don't think it looks good. So I think, yeah, it can be an ego thing, in my opinion. So there you go. Americans being greedy, wanting 2 Christmases.
That's probably what it is.
And I think it's a native Indian thing. Yeah, that probably is. Bonnie UK don't do Thanksgiving, and we have no alternative. We're behind, like with a lot of things, to be honest. So yeah. What is your 2022 SEO predictions? What's in the up and what's in the down, Chris?
Man, I see this every year. I always think it's fun to I think it's fun to think about, but a lot of the things have really been the same. Man, I don't, my prediction is just, I hope everything just stays the same just for a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Can I just just
another couple of years with no fucking hassle, Google?
Yeah, please, Google.
Let's fill our boots with some more money before you start fucking around with stuff.
Exactly. That's it. As long as we can get to the finish goal, and I hope everyone else can get in there too, get this organic rankings. I don't know who the next Google is going to be, but while it's here, I want to enjoy it. So, man, fill our boots. Yes.
Fill your boots.
Just enjoy yourselves.
High boots at that. But instant before action is saying getting the hours and phone numbers to stick, especially Twilio numbers. Is that still doable, Chris, with Twilio? With the
No, yeah, I had a couple of knuckleheads that were consistently doing this instead of following step-by-step instruction by utilizing real phone numbers with real SIM cards on real cell phones. Like, you have to splurge the $15 and get a real SIM card and put it in an actual phone. Twilio is definitely not advisable. I wouldn't use any DIDs or any type of virtual numbers. If you want to change it to that for forwarding or something like that later, but for verification, you need a real phone. So the answer is no.
Makes sense. It makes sense. So Andy Drinkwater is saying, in every single one of his clients, all one of them, I'm only kidding on, he didn't see any of them get anything with core web vitals being improved. So he has not seen the needle move with improving the core web vitals. So Andy's a good solid 20 year plus experienced SEO. There's something else for you to think about. But I'm pretty sure Andy will also agree that obviously getting the speed up to some kind of decent speed, you have to do. But anything over and above that is where there's no real, I can't see any traction either from it. So to hell with that. John Simpson, does creating backlinks to your GMB website help ranking? Is there a certain type of link that works best? So John Simpson is one of Mark Lawrence's fake personas. I can tell because there's no picture. But anyway, Mark will answer that for you. So what is your answer to this question? And I'm only kidding, John. You might or might not be Mark Lawrence, but just in case. Hello.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at that now. I ran a test, just a couple days ago, where I was looking at that CID. I'm trying to figure that out specifically and being able to prove it with, like, okay, here's where we start, here's where we end, and have each video, each day checking on it. Here's what we did. So as far as that answer is concerned, I don't want to give a definitive answer, but I can say this: I hit a CID link with 20,000 lower tier quality links, and it was neutral, right? Where previously we used to see a decrease on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking all the viable linking attributes, like whether it's place ID, whether it's CID, whether it's just the URL, and we're going to run links to them and see, which ones move, which ones don't, which ones do nothing. So check back, Mark and or John, and I'll get back to you on
that. Campbell comes up again, Chris Goldsmith.
Nice.
Yeah, the Campbell one was funny. All-purpose work. Hey guys, expired domains. If you've got backlinks in 404 pages, and if with the help of a 401 to 301 redirect plugin, if you redirect them to your homepage, will it help to pass the link juice? So broken links are pages that have not been recreated. And I think that what I would say here is you need to recreate the page first, get it in the index, and then do the 301 redirect. Just from what you're saying there, I think you're looking at a way of just grabbing all the old URLs and just doing the 301 redirect. That's not going to pass the link, just in my opinion. But Chris, what's your theory on it?
I mean, I can't disagree with that. And two, like if you're setting up a 404, so it's not there anymore, and you're 301ing it with a plugin, and there was no traffic and there was no links that were recreated there. I mean, what's there to pass? So I think I think you're just missing a few steps here. That's all. If you have a backlink of the 404 page to 301 redirect plugin, if you redirect them to your home page, will it pass juice? Yeah, if there was actually some traffic there and there was actually links on that page. But I mean, just by simply implementing it, it's, there's nothing there. So hopefully that helps you out.
Thank you. Sorry, and my door went there for delivery and no one's in, so I had to go up and do it myself. Anyway, Ryan Pelter. So I'm starting a lead gen. How do I know how much to sell a lead for? Also, can I give them email leads as well as phone? I'm confused about the process, so I don't get scammed. So with any business, you're likely to get leads via phone calls, via emails. A lead's a lead, regardless of what guise it comes in. So, of course, you can hand over leads that come through email. How much do you charge is really between you and the individual. Now, say, for example, a lead to a guy, say a lawyer, a lead to a lawyer is potentially worth on average 2 or 3K, for example. Then you negotiate in terms of, that might be $100, $200, whatever you feel.
Exactly.
These guys are always going to try and grind you down and get it for $5, $10, whatever. Now, obviously, if you're selling to plumbers, builders, roof repair guys, $5, $10 is probably appropriate. But what I would say to someone who's starting out in lead gen, do not go for the low ticket items. Go after dental people, go after hair transplant people, go after something with a reasonable ticket, high ticket. Because if you do go about these builders, and I know it's slightly different in America because you can sell these to e-local, but people in the UK, there isn't that option. So you are having to negotiate direct with the guy, and that is between you and the guy. How much does it cost you to get a lead in terms of your SEO, paid search, whatever you're doing? And you've got to understand your value to that business, because all of these business owners that are buying the leads from you will basically beat you down and make out as if you're a worthless piece of garbage. And that's up to you to say, no, well, fuck you, I'll sell it to your competitor. So, Chris, how do you figure out a rough price, if at all?
A lot of times what I do, and this could be completely wrong, is determining the general or the overall average cost. Like what are they charging the client or the customer? And generally it's going to be 10%. So a lot of times, like with pest control, like the initial to come on in is usually $200. So usually like $18, $20 a lead, is generally pretty much how it rolls. So that's just one instance, and that's usually what we do. So, take it or leave it. I'm sure there's other guys that maybe get more, maybe some guys that get less. But I think 18 to 20 bucks for, say, a pest control is more than fair, so it's usually about 10%.
Cool. Hopefully that helps
You might get more, though. Try to get more.
Well, that's the nature of the game. Try and get more.
Yeah.
Sabi Ashi, is SEO dead 2021?
I hope not, because I got to file tax. No, not for everybody. So I think that a lot of times I hear this. I don't think that it's the only game in town, though, right? So I think that there's a lot of other opportunities, ways to generate traffic and leads and sales and generate an overall business. I think it's just one piece and one portion. Can you solely rely on only that? Maybe. But is it dead? No. I don't think so. I think it's a good overall digital marketing strategy, and it should be a part of your online presence for sure. What do you think, Craig?
I mean, people ask these questions. SEO or optimization in general is never really going to go away. I don't know why people keep saying every year it's going to die. Like, it evolves, it changes. You may go to a broader, different bunch of places for traffic, but you're still optimizing all the time. Regardless of what you do, Chris, you optimize your videos. That's a fact. And YouTube's a search engine. So is SEO dead? Is YouTube the future? Everyone can argue all of that stuff. You've just got to embrace where the traffic sources are and then figure out how that works. And it's the same as GMBs and the instant verification and all of that stuff. You're always trying to game the system. That's what SEO people do. It's not just about search engines. They just try to game everything. Social media platforms, it's just optimization, and everything's always going to revolve around a human being, a kind of devious mind. And that's it. There's always going to be something to break or blow up or manipulate somewhere. And I don't see that changing for a long time. So, yeah, that's how I see it. But also, hello to Madge there. Hope you're well. Nice car. Is that your actual car, Madge? I can't remember. I've seen your car as well, but I can't remember. Insight Before Action is asking, how would you charge for the lead, weekly or monthly? It's just a one-off price, Insight Before Action. So, again, if it's pest control, as Chris says, someone says, I need you to come out and clean up some rat stuff or whatever in my house. You get that $20, that's it, job done. Move on. But your website will constantly generate leads. So you're getting paid for every lead you generate. But it's not weekly or monthly. It's just every lead you generate. CBD Cakes, is Chris thinking of moving his agency to the Philippines?
I think I'm going to go and visit. I don't know about a complete move, but I think I'm definitely going to go and pay a little visit and see what's going on and take a look around. I mean, it was just last year considered the most dangerous place, one of the most dangerous places to frequent. So, I wouldn't mind checking it out, see what's up.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
It's worth the trip.
You see Jonesy, who you were on with earlier, with all these people there in a lovely big pad, and I've seen Kirk Roldan, or however you pronounce it, building studios and shit out there. So
I'm gonna go see what's up. I'll tell you that, though. It's for me. It's worth to see. I see opportunity. I do see opportunity. So I'm going to chase that down and go take a look, and then I'll just go off of my gut and see if it's something that I want to do.
Yeah. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's it.
Ryan is asking, would you spend some months trying to rank a fresh site in GMBs first, or just throw it up and optimize as a go? I think that was Ryan who was asking about the paper lead stuff. So,
well, okay. So as far as the GMB asset, I think, if you have the budget and you have the time, then I would try to get it all going at once. If you have the budget and you have the time, then you have the team in order to implement numerous properties. If you're just you and two of your buddies or three of your buddies or something, I might focus on one at a time, right? do one at a time. Don't just try to go run out there. As far as throwing it up, I do like throwing things up, seeing what hits, removing and optimizing as far as the website. As far as the GMB, you want to go in there with a game plan. And I think somewhat of a game plan with the website too. So the answer, in my opinion, is take your time, do one asset at a time, optimize, don't just throw it all up.
Hopefully that makes sense to you, Ryan. And then would you get them to pay per lead or pay on a monthly basis after they had them all? Sorry for all the questions. One, don't be sorry. We're here to answer questions.
Yeah, don't be sorry.
Pay per lead is your best bet, though, rather than a monthly retainer. I used to do just rank and rent, which is what that model's called. So I would just get a website, rank it reasonably well, and charge a monthly retainer for it. But where's the scalability for you? How does your income grow? So that's where, if you're really confident at what you're doing, pay per lead is where it is at. And Chris is going to show you how to do instant verification on GMB. So if you're that confident of ranking a GMB, which is fairly easy, and you can do instant verification, then there's no reason why you would just stick to a monthly basis. You have to have confidence to fill your boots with as much of that guy's money. And if he can't cope with all the leads, then you still make money because you just go to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. That's it. So your earnings are uncapped at that point, and that is where I would see it going. Scalability is where it's all at. So yeah, what about you, Chris? What would you say in that?
I'm opening back up this screen here. As far as paying per lead or pay monthly, I I definitely don't want monthly. No, I want to get paid. And when I produce a potential money for a customer, I want to get paid for that. And plus, what are you going to work towards? Are you going to want to wake up in the morning and work for this person if it's like a normal worker? Like if I'm getting $300 a month or $500 a month, no matter what, and if I do a little bit of work, I still get 500. If I do a lot, I get 500. It's not good for the customer and it's not good for you. I want to get paid per lead for sure. Yeah. No monthly, man. No monthly. I hate that.
Adding to that, business to business versus business to customer, is there a real difference? People buy from people and all that. So, yeah, I believe that. I think people buy from people.
It is people to people. Yeah. I mean, when you're going to a business, though, I think there's more hands involved a lot of times. But I think it's still at the end of the day, people to people.
Yeah. In most cases, people buy into other people and their personality and everything. And I think that's something that many SEOs have demonstrated over the years. You don't have to be the guy in a suit anymore. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of who you work for, if you're good at what you do and you're liked by the person, then you're laughing. But yeah, Christian, hope all is well. Insight before action. SEO is based in common sense in order to be found, visibility, so it might shift, but it's never going to disappear. So I think that was in relation to the question that was asked earlier. Is it dead? Facebook user. Is investing in affiliate sites a good move going forward for the next 4 to 5 years? Are there better website investments, content, and e-commerce? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not a financial advisor. However, for me moving forward, I think that building assets that you control, that you maintain, you take the risk, you also get the reward, for me is definitely the way to move forward. Taking in clients and taking care of clients and, GMBs, and I'd much rather retain the asset. I take on all the risk, but I also take all the reward. So I love it. I think it's good. It's up to you though. It's up to you.
I think when someone asks this question, the only thing I can say, what you said, Chris, it's an asset. Whether it's an affiliate is just a form of monetization. Can an affiliate website turn into an e-commerce website and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. So as long as you own the asset, it's a digital asset, and how you monetize it is up to you, whether that be affiliate, drop shipping, e-commerce. There's so many different alternative options out there in terms of how you facilitate the product, if you like, if it's a product-based thing. So website investments in general can work under all sorts of different guises. Like, I've got digital downloads. I don't have, like, one of my main websites is not an affiliate, and it's not an e-commerce website. It's a digital download. It comes under the guise of e-commerce, but there's no, you don't have to hold stock or anything. So there's bits in between, and every niche is different. So I think website investments are better than real estate. You can make a lot more money if you know what you're doing, and flip them for a lot more money a lot quicker and everything. So I think when it comes to online, I think we're relatively untapped, and I think it's a massive, massive opportunity to invest. So you can. Madge owns an AMG and a BMW M6 Grand Coupe. I'm going to guess the BMW M6 Coupe is like for the mother-in-law or something. It's kind of a woman's car. Nah, I'm only kidding, Madge. I know Madge loves his cars, man. Chris is always looking for trouble. He always is.
I am.
Chris Goldsmith says Jonesy is balling out. Jonesy is doing very well for himself. That is for sure. And hats off to him and fair play to him for doing what he does. What do you have to think about when measuring leads and success? Paid versus organic. How does it align, complement each other? So, yeah, Christian put in a comment, but it's basically come under the guise of a question. So he's redone it. What do you think about when measuring leads and success, paid versus organic? How does it align, and do they complement each other? So do you ever use your paid search to help your SEO in terms of click-through rate, engagement, and stuff like that? I do. But I want to see.
Definitely. Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's almost, for a lot of, let's just take, if the budget's there, a lot of local clients, it's 3 spots, right? So you really want to get in there organic, you want to get in there in maps, and of course, you want to take some paid slots. So I think it's almost mandatory, really. In a lot of cases.
I think it's mandatory, and I do think they do align and complement each other. I think, right from the get-go, when you're doing your paid search, it can give you an idea of what keywords are working, which again, you can then focus on from an SEO perspective. But I think all of the other stuff in terms of click-through rate and engagement on those pages, using the paid search to force that does give you a massive advantage. And a lot of people confuse that with, does doing paid help your SEO? Absolutely not. Just by doing paid, if it's done properly and you understand how the engagement thing works, then of course they complement each other. So, but what do you have to think about with? No, that isn't a question. So yeah, paid versus organic. I think they're very much aligned with each other and complement each other very, very well. And I think with any business or anyone I'm advising, I wouldn't suggest you only do SEO. I think having a nice mixture of a nice overall marketing campaign, utilizing different sources of traffic, whether that be paid, organic, YouTube, or anything else that's out there, paid social, everything, utilize them all. And as long as it's providing an ROI, then turn the screw as hard as you can. Miffin is asking, do you think there's going to be another update this December, Chris?
There usually is. I think that they're to me, like, just watching, I mean, are they not still rolling? Doesn't it seem like they're still rolling things out? I think they do it in waves. It seems like, people, I'll start hearing buzz, and people over here, I'll hear, oh, there's an update. I'm like, oh, nothing's happening. 3 weeks passes by, and then I'm like, man, these sites are doing horrible. What's going on? Or maybe they're doing really well in some cases. So, do I think that there's going to be an update? Yes. Do I think it's going to affect everybody? Probably not. And do I think it's just going to happen in a short period of time? No, I think it's a very prolonged thing, is what I think. I think it's in batches or waves, from what I've seen. So hopefully that helps you. I don't know what kind of, is that a question? Is that a statement? Is that like a, is it just like,
the truth of the matter is, no one fucking can answer that. So,
I have as good a guess as anyone, though. You know.
Yeah, I'm going to say nah. There's not going to be an update, just for the sheer hell of it, to create a bit of controversy.
Yeah, no. You're asking about updates again. What should I say?
So Ryan, when it comes to invoicing, no, you don't have to invoice after every lead. You can automate it depending on what software you use, but typically you would invoice every week, every fortnight, every month, whatever. Obviously, you would have all your leads tracked. So if you got someone 20 leads and it was $20 a pop, an invoice at the end of the week is in for your $400. That's all there is to it. And you can document the leads, email, phone call, whatever. Now there are softwares out there. Which one you want to use is entirely up to you. But there are softwares designed specifically for that, and it can be automated. So it depends on what you call a lead as well. There's if you get something like gohighlevel.com, you can even do text message marketing, and that would constitute as a lead for me as well. So there's lots of different things out there. You obviously have to track the shit out of everything, including the phone calls, so that because people will try and say, nah, that wasn't a lead. So make sure you've got everything tracked and buy the best software that suits that campaign, because again, text message marketing might work for one guy, might not work for another business. So make sure you find the right software that suits the niche that you're getting into. But calls and emails are the most prominent ones. And bill, I would probably bill weekly. Just why not? But that's up to you.
It's usually based time on phone. Like it's like by the raw, like 40-second raw is equal to this much money. So that's usually what it is. Usually.
Yeah.
Text sounds cool. That's a good idea. I never proposed that.
Here's the thing with text message marketing. Like, say dentists, for example, or say a car garage that does MOTs. I don't know if you guys do MOTs in America or call it something different, but every year in the UK, we have to get an MOT in a car. That's
like an emission.
Yeah. So a lot of garages are sitting in that data. They're doing the MOTs for people year on year, but they don't fucking market themselves properly. Now, what would happen if you get an email dropping into your phone saying, "Hi, Chris, your MOT's due up next week. Do you want to book in? Book online." Boom. That shit works. Text message marketing, when you've got the fucking data at your fingertips, it's stupid not to do it. You're dropping it right in the fucking phone. And the dude's probably forgot as well. Like someone like me would forget that shit. So I think, if you're trying to sell SEO, text message marketing ain't going to work. You'll get your fucking number blocked all over the place. But I think for certain industries, text message marketing works really well. So yeah, I think it works not bad. Scott G does have more information for you, Ryan. You can do both pay-per lead and rank and rent on the same campaign. Charge monthly for the X number of leads, and once you deliver them, turn off the campaign. It's an option for you. Although I'm not sure coming off the campaign, I would want to pass that then to another company. So, yeah. Christian, I'm seeing a spike in interest in SEO as the targeting options and paid become more and more challenging. What are your thoughts on that? It's hard to say because I don't do a huge amount of client work as such, Christian. But Chris, do you see a spike in interest in SEO because paid's becoming a bit more challenging?
I think that people, I think that there's just more businesses that are understanding the value of a long game plan instead of burning money right now in order to get people in the door. I think they're seeing, I think people are just, I think just more and more people are finding value in SEO is what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's just attributed to, hey, this is getting more difficult or more expensive, which could be. I think there was an influx when there was an issue with Facebook. I definitely started noticing, hey, more people were interested in SEO, but I couldn't just say it's one thing. But I think more and more people are seeing the value for sure.
I think as well, though, a lot of people that I've spoke to in the past, I've had guys come to me saying, Craig, I'm spending 50k a month on paid ads. And I'm breaking even. Like, I need SEO. They just don't want to keep paying that money long term and think they've got that 50k always to pay Google. They think SEO will form part of that longer term plan. So I definitely think people are becoming wiser. Is exactly what you said, Chris. I think more and more people are becoming a bit more knowledgeable about it, and business owners are going, fuck paying 50k a month to Google to make whatever we're making, and Stacey McAdams, for Ryan, you can automate the call invoicing and bill it weekly. Stacey, any recommendations for maybe a beginner's platform that can do that? If you could give us the name, we'll let Ryan know. And let us, hopefully help Ryan out with that. Would a link from a Google website help a page index on a website?
Would a link from a Google website help a page index on a website? I'm not sure if I'm understanding that, but I would assume that any link going to another page would keep and help that page stay indexed. Building links to your links certainly is very helpful for your overall SEO campaign, Adam. Not necessarily Google. I mean, it could be any link, really.
It's listen, a link can help with indexing, but a Google website is probably going to get indexed a little bit quicker and all that stuff. But I wouldn't see that as some kind of crazy indexing plan if that's what we're thinking. And some IFTTT ring would do a similar thing, just spinning out to loads of different places. But yeah, I can't really say no to your question, Adam, but I'm not sure of the context behind it as such. But yeah, anyway, Scott G uses Go High Level for it, and a lot of it's automated with some manual input. Go High Level is a great tool. The beauty of charging monthly is that you're getting money up front, and if you want to scale, just promise them more leads. Fair play. Andy Drinkwater had to run off. Guys, if you haven't already, please do give us a little like or a dislike on the video if you absolutely hate the content. Facebook user, do you primarily use the Facebook groups to find website buys, or do you directly contact website owners? Give me your secrets, please. So this is someone I think looking to potentially buy digital assets. The problem you've got, if you go to a Facebook group and someone posts, I'm selling this website and it's a great deal, every Tom, Dick and Harry's going to be in there. It's going to drive the price up. The guy's got you in toast. He'll fucking have the trousers off you, basically. What you're looking for is potentially to reach out to lazy affiliates, websites that maybe have copyright 2019 at the bottom of them, stuff like that. Maybe guys that just can no longer be bothered, and potentially do contact those guys. So that is an option, and people do that. They just reach out to lazy affiliates and see something that's maybe slipped. If there's a Google update, go out and look for a particular niche, and find websites that have maybe hit, been slammed hard by some update. I'm always looking for an area of weakness. Why would I buy a website otherwise? I'm not going to pay full price for a website that's running and making a fuck ton of money, because I might not be able to scale that. I'm looking for something that's fucked, or someone that's been lazy, someone that's maybe started and put 50 blog posts on it and couldn't be bothered doing it. That's what I'm looking for. But there is no secret shop as such. I think the ones that do get posted in Facebook groups, everyone's going to be in for them. Everyone can see them because they're publicly available. So I think, trying to get in there before they get to that is a good option. But Chris, if you were snooping around, where are you looking?
Man, I think he's on the right track. Definitely somewhere private, regardless if it's Facebook, along with maybe even these Telegram groups, which I've recently stumbled into. I'd be looking for a referral from people that are within the industry. If you have any friends, there are places to acquire assets. But I think you're on the right path. I don't have much more to add to it other than that.
One other little tip. There's a lot of guys out there who broker website sales. Maybe go and schmooze a broker, buy him a couple of bottles of whiskey a couple of times a year, and make sure that you get first dibs on the good opportunities that drop in his desk. There's loads of different ways to corrupt the right people to get that information.
Don't pull a Palmer. Don't be cheap. You gotta, if you want a quality asset, you gotta pay, man. I learned these lessons hard. So sometimes, just you get what you pay for sure.
Yeah, open that wallet now and again.
Yeah, sometimes you
still doesn't open.
It's all dusty. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's got little like spaghetti fingerprints on it from the little guy, but everything else though, it just stays tight, Yeah, man. Sorry. Stacey McAdams has said something outrageously controversial. She says lead snap blows go high level out of the water. So check it crazy. Lead snap, really?
I've not personally used lead snap. It could very well do. I think there's just different tools coming on all the time, and I don't really do lead gen stuff anymore. So I'm probably not the best person. But if Stacey says lead snap's good, it's definitely worth trying out. Go high level is just something I have played around with, and it looked decent to me. But again, I looked at that maybe 18 months ago. So lead snap, and there's probably various other ones out there as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys really love go high level a lot. I've heard nothing but excellence. Seen excellence, people cutting their costs down. So I'm that's interesting to see and hear.
Yeah, but always do check out new stuff, because I've been ignorant to stuff before and been, I'm sticking with this, and then fucking kick myself further down the line going.
That's what I do. I just stick with.
So there you go. Any good codes to share today, Craig? Codes in reference to what?
Yeah, I thought to myself, I might, I was sitting here thinking about this complimentary training. I think, what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do it like a charity. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to give it away. That's what I'm going to do. Codes. I heard code and I'm thinking to myself, code. Like, I have a code.
Discount code?
Yeah. Like I'm thinking of like a discount code. Like is that what he's talking about? Like a code?
I'm not sure. Let us know, Stig, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ryan has thanked us for all the info. No problem at all. That is what we are here for, Ryan. Tell your friends about us as well. I've heard more complaints about CPL for Google Ads from customers, so it is possible. From Chris Goldsmith. Stacey is saying calltrackingpro.io will do the billing. There you go. And Stacey does look very, very sick. Very sick Christian. That sicker I fell out. But I love that picture. It is creepy, but
it is a little creepy.
But Stacey's saying Lead Snap also does lead forms and GMB heat maps. That's always good. Lead Simplify is good from Adam Poland. You can also do text message marketing from Lead Snap. I didn't know that, Stacey. So Lead Snap is sounding really good.
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. Christian has got a question for you, Chris. There was a talk in the last SEO Q&A about it being easier getting indexed in Google News. Any thoughts on that and what that means?
So talk about SEO. It's easier getting indexed. Well, I think that not think, at least in the last week, from stuff that I was submitting, I was seeing that links and the pages within these Google News sites were getting indexed very rapidly. Now that might have changed in the last week. I don't see how, but that's probably what we were referring to. The Google sites were indexing really fast, and a lot of the stuff that was on those pages too that we were linking out to was getting seen, getting crawled, and noticing, hey, these other pages are starting to show up in the index too. So in the search results, I should say.
Yeah. Google News
sure.
is working very well just now. Holly's network and whatever works very well.
For sure.
No problem for the advice. Code up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start, 30 SEO live. But Stiggs is referring. So Stiggs is referring. So Mike and Brad were talking about. I was trying to tell him about a tool, and I tried to share my screen, and I fucking showed. So I bought this tool called Writer on AppSumo, and I shared the code, like my fucking download code basically for that tool. But
so he's
probably stolen it. But the sad thing is, Stiggs, it ran out on the 25th of September, so I had to fucking buy the thing again. So yeah, painful. And Stiggs is saying, don't forget, Stacey, up is not jump. And Christian is saying, talking about tools, I've seen some crazy results on load time and SEO impact with speed size. You heard of speed size, Chris?
I haven't until now, but I was launching I'm looking it up as we speak though to see what it is, and it just has a catchy little name. I like the name. Don't you? Speed size.
I'm going to put mine in. Try it now.
I like the black. Very simple, sleek, clean, pretty cool looking. If I'm looking at the right site, very easy and pretty sick. I like it.
Looks a nice website. I'll try it out.
Cool.
But yeah, but I wouldn't waste too much time. Borrowed, acquired, stolen is such a harsh word. Yeah, that's bad me.
Hey, Craig, speaking of AppSumo deals, did you try out that thing I recommended as far as the AI editor? Did you check that out? Did you like it?
I forgot what you actually told me.
Oh, well, I know you bought it. I know you did purchase it though. It's like an AI video editor.
Do you know what? I don't even think I've used it. Let me check right now, Chris. This is the problem, and I said this yesterday. I buy shit in AppSumo because someone says, "Oh, check this out," and then I never fucking get round to downloading it. And the pain in the ass now is that if you don't download it within 2 months, you're fucked. You need to buy it again.
Yep.
So,
Wise
cut. Yeah, I bought it, and I had to redeem it by the 31st of October. And look, so wait a minute, just to prove what a tosser I really am. Share
so screen. They don't give you the money back? No, it's like if you don't redeem it, you're boned.
Yeah, so there's Wise cut there. There you go. And you see I had to rebuy Writer. I'm not giving you any of the codes, those Stiggs. Bugger off.
Yeah. And you bought the best one. That's one I got too. I really like it. I think you'll like it.
But yeah, I was just on and I need to stay off AppSumo because I just buy shit and I never get around to using it. There was something else on there interesting yesterday. Something about YouTube. It was like, yeah, we can do this and we can do that, and you can reach out to other YouTube influencers from it and all that shit. But I was just like, fuck that, man. It sounded good, but probably not going to do me any great deal of benefit. So fuck that. But I've got a question, Chris, while the other people have been quiet in the last 5 minutes of this webinar. Guys, before I go into my question, do give us a like on the video, please. But Chris, I have deliberated for months and months and months jumping over to HubSpot. So the reason for me wanting to leave WordPress and go to HubSpot was more for the automation side of things.
HubSpot or
HubSpot. So HubSpot, I've got a CMS.
Okay.
Now the CMS is fairly clunky. It loads okay. It's not that bad.
Expensive.
Now I've had it redesigned to look very similar to my old website. However, you can't add schema to the back end of HubSpot. You would need to do that through Tag Manager. I have to change all of my URLs because for my blog, you have to have /blog/ whatever you've got. It's fairly slow on the first load, but it's reasonably fast after that.
Well, caching.
Would you still go to HubSpot? Because I am sitting in two minds. Should I just throw the whole fucking thing in the bin and fuck HubSpot? Or should I stick with WordPress? Because I've wanted to try the HubSpot for the automation, and then I just get sucked in by the CMS, and I'm just like, do you know what? It's just fucking easier to have it all on one platform. And now I'm sitting with, and I'll even show you. I'll fucking show you the website. So give me a second to get it up on screen. Don't want Stig's fucking stealing my password. But yeah. So Scott G said, I'll regret it. So I'm sitting every night going, give it a try. It'll make for a good case study. So if I go to marketing, go to website, I'll show you what it looks like and stuff. So I've got a lot of my pages on there and stuff. So so the website looks okay. Looks very similar to my old website. Speaking events and all the usual shit on it, my blog posts and everything. Do you think, like, if I click on LinkedIn training courses, what it does here is changes that little bit to blog and then the URL. So I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of redirects. And if I look at it, let me just grab the URL. If I put this in something like GT Metrics.
See, for me though, I know that HubSpot isn't cheap, right?
Yeah.
For one, I mean, for you, it's probably not that big of a deal, but that is an aspect, right? It does cost more money, obviously. And two, if for the money and for what it's doing to your site, is it saving you enough time and equating to more dollars by switching? Does it make your life that much easier, and will you be profitable more in the long run by doing this switch?
I'm not sure about profitable. My thing behind this was I could make landing pages on HubSpot and all that kind of stuff for webinars and collect more data and all that stuff. But look at this. The G Metrics.
Well, it's just the LCP. That's not even, content paint. And then what's holding you up there? Let's take a look there. If you go to the waterfall, the first one, just click waterfall. I'm just curious what's holding you up there. So what is it? The 833, what is that? What is that? Main.min, whatever.
CSS. Wait a second. There you go.
So theme overrides. Oh, so it's HubSpot is what's slowing you up.
Yeah. So basically, my question is, I have spent a lot of time, and that's it. I got it designed by a guy and all that stuff, and I'm now ready to flick the switch on it. And I'm looking at the speeds. I'm just going, is it worth it just for a few extra landing pages that I could easily do on ClickFunnels or something? Should I throw it in the bin or should I fuck it off? Something inside is fucking try something new, and something else is inside saying don't.
Yeah, I think, the overall, it messes up your structure. 2, it's relatively slow. 3, the price. 4, it's not going to equate to more dollars or that much saving of time. And 5, you already had a winning asset that you could just technically really do exactly what you're doing now.
And this was the other thing. So at the top of my blog posts, I've got table of contents, on long blog posts. You can't add the table of contents to that HubSpot either. So there's just all these little fucking things that you can't do, which is now making me go, fuck this, throw it in the bin.
I just did that. I did that with Mighty Networks. I literally just did that. I went on there. I thought it was awesome. I'm like, oh, I could do all this. I get in there, and I'm like, dude, this just doesn't, it's not going to work, $1,000, had to move everybody, go right back to where it was. Sometimes you just gotta, I'd rather nip it in the bud now than if it's not exact, it's never worth it. For me, man, it's not worth it. If it's not exactly what you want, then I just move on. You just, cut your losses and move forward. I wouldn't do it. That's me though. Because if it was a scale right now, I only hear negativity on HubSpot side. It's like this. It's like, uh-oh, it's getting heavy.
I'm definitely swaying to just throwing HubSpot in the bin. And I'll do a video on it as to the reasons why I threw it in the bin. I think it was a good learning curve anyway, just finding that it's not that great a platform. I think I've always had this thing, is there something else out there that's better? And I just always had this thing for HubSpot, and as I say, get it, and it's just not it doesn't match up to certainly what it costs. I think it's quite an expensive platform, so I'm probably going to just fucking bin it, throw it in the bin. But I just wanted everyone's opinion, so I do appreciate those who are saying it's dirt and throw it in the bin. And Scott G, HubSpot is horrible. Just say it how you feel, guys.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
So
tell us how you really feel.
On that note, though, we are out of time, guys. Do check out Mr. Chris Palmer's SEO channel if you want that.
Please.
Thing.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out. I think
I might do something fun. Thinking about it just to see. I might do something fun. I'm gonna try to do it. Let's make it fun at least. I don't want to just, but definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, we're gonna take care of that.
And one last question from the famous live IRL fan. There's a guy out there called Lloyd Farrell. I can't tell you the name of his 4G proxy network, but Lloyd does have a 4G proxy network. Does it cost much to run? It is fairly pricey if you want to use that level of service, but yeah, definitely it does.
Three years ago when I came out with a training inside of there, I don't mind talking about it now because I took it off the shelf. But 3 years ago when I came out with the training, I was using a service called Proxidize, and what they do is they have a control panel with the Raspberry Pis already set up with the dongles. Like they'll basically just set you right up. So Proxidize, check them out, and you'll be able to create your own 4G proxies. But there's so many guys out there that are doing this and just popping up. Let them do it, and then you could pay them like $27 a month and use theirs. I think that's the way to go. I'd rather just pay somebody because there's some headache, and then you got to wait. I'd rather just pay the money and have the service now.
He's saying he was worried that Proxidize might steal the 4G proxies.
Hey, I mean, if you're noticing some type of slug, seeming sluggish, I wouldn't be overly concerned with that. I don't think that that's their business model, and they've been around for a little bit now. I mean, hey, if that's your concern, then maybe look elsewhere, but I never had any issues.
And quickly, just for the last one, since David was helping us out, what percentage of your business is affiliate versus niche sites versus agency work, Chris? And are you going to divide and diversify?
I'm leaning more towards affiliate right now. I have 7 clients that I actively work on, like every single month. I get one-off services pretty consistently. I'd say it's like a 50-50 split right now, like if we're looking at just income. But as far as workload, I'm spending, it's a 50-50 split for money, but 90% of my time is dealing with stuff that I've already been paid on. So it's like, that's why I just want to control my own assets. I'm the boss. I answer to me. If I need to work or if I need something done, I get it done. I don't have to double check. I don't have to work. I don't have to, try to get more budget and then try to come up with a reason why. Like agency's not for everybody, and I'm not good at micromanaging. I'm not the best at doing that. So, but yeah, that's it for me.
On your assets. One tiny little one, and this is the last question, guys. When Sam Rush says 2 subdomains don't support HSTS, what does he need to do?
Unfortunately, I could just be maybe in the dark here on HSTS. What's that? What is that called? An acronym? What's that an acronym for?
HSTS meaning.
Yeah, that's
it's strict. Wait a minute.
Oh, HTTP strict. So what is that? HTTP
strict transport security.
Let a website tell browsers that it should only be accessing the HTTPS instead of the HTTP. Okay, so that's what that stands for. All right. And then the question is, hey guys, love your Q&A. 2 subdomains don't support HTTPS. What do I need to do? So what's the problem with HTTP? I don't understand. What's the issue with the protocol, and why aren't you just plugging those subdomains through Cloudflare then?
Yeah, plug them through Cloudflare is probably your best bet to resolve that. But it's hard to say without seeing the exact issue. But yeah,
plug it through Cloudflare or Rocket CDN, or plug it through a CDN. I think it'll save a lot of hassle with the SSLs and all that. It takes care of a lot of headache for me, and it's worth the $15 or whatever it is a month, or I forget. Yeah. It's cheap. It's cheap. Let's just say that.
But David Hennessy says, Clement, you need to buy a certain type of SSL certificate. That should resolve it for you. But on that note, guys, and that includes subdomains. So yeah,
there you go.
But on that note, guys, we are off. Do check out Chris's video later on today, and we will catch you all again next week, guys. Cheers. See you later.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.